The more wild, the better. My name is Lindsey Quayle, and I am the founder of Wild Birdie Co. I call them birdies, and sometimes I'm the birdie. I just use it as a term now. I used to teach art, high school art, and I wanted to always kind of just create some art of my own at home with the materials that I had. And I just started with a couple projects, and it just kind of took off from there. These are hand-picked all summer, gone down to the beach, my baby girl, hiked them back to the car. You got ones that can do some really unique things. And I'll send a couple pieces of driftwood over, and then you can pick which one goes with your home. So besides the driftwood, how else do birdies fly, right? So it's a custom-made piece that's been cut down, stained, and it's going to give a more modern feel. I typically put 2 of these pieces together with the cords suspended between them, and then I put a keyhole mount on each end for easy hanging purposes. Who knew I was going to be doing all this stuff? So a lot of times I have to pre-cut the cord, measure them. This is probably about 110 cords total that I'll be dyeing the base and then hand painting. Is pretty flat on the back of here. I was able to nail in just a hook on each side. I can just mount them up. All right, so I think that's just a good quick little trim. Bam, bam, bam. The kitchen's been the best because of the splattering. Easier to clean up. I want to have a little bit more looseness to it. So this is what I'm using here. It's the fiber reactive dye. Gotta kind of mix it around a little bit. Just kind of mix that in. What I'm looking for is to fully saturate the fibers. So you want it submerged into the tray and just keep it in there. And I want that color to stay. I have chosen the terracotta because it's kind of got this reddish brown to it, and I want to have something that's just gonna stand out. This piece is for a wedding, and she wanted something that was redwood inspired. So I want to have something that's just gonna pop on their camera since it's a Zoom ceremony. How nice is that? Look at that color. That's rich. That's been good to see that it holds. Milking a cow. She's having a girl, and the colors are blush and light gray. So I've done a blush line kind of intersecting diagonally through the piece. It's gonna have these gold accents along the top that have been hand painted, and then the light gray will be dipped along the base. I'm gonna whip off this guideline here. This is gonna look so pretty in her baby's nursery. Can you picture it? I do a lot of these where it's abstract forms, they just kind of flow their own way. I have these swoopty birdies that are coming out. They just kind of swoop, kind of like how a bird flies in. Those I actually want to expand and make them bigger than this. But normally it's pretty late at night, baby sleeping, husband's still working. I'm I'm just gonna go paint 200 cords. All right, those are good. Next I'm just gonna splatter it up. Let's just do that real fast. Let's have some fun. So I'm just using that same paint solution that I used before that's been diluted with some water. Ooh! It's just subtle, but it's nice. It fills in the space. I'd say the prices would range. A lot of it is mostly just the time that it takes and is spent, and depend on which size you pick. Small, medium, large, and even the small ones are still pretty big. So you can just use your credit card through my website, and then they can either pick them up or ship them out. Get your birdie.